You do not have to be an artist to make good sketches and lettering for engineering, architecture, that kind of stuff. Hey, welcome back to Design with Miyoshi. Today we're going to talk a little bit about sketching and specifically orthographic sketches in the mechanical type realm. So over here I have a beginning of my sketch for, I'm going to make my orthographic sketch. This is the front view of just a block with a hole in it. So what we do from there is we're going to do a technique that uses construction lines or projection lines, and then we're going to make the top and the right views. So let me show you how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our little line here. We're going to just project this line vertically, and we'll project every point or every tangent line that has an edge, and we're going to project that guy up. Okay? And so when I say tangent edges, that's the left and rightmost points of the circle. So I'm going to do the same thing with my circle, and I will just kind of bring that up here and extend this guy up and extend this guy up from there as well. Something like that. Okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing horizontally. I'm going to make a horizontal line, make a horizontal line, and then the top and bottom of this guy. Hopefully I didn't make that there, so that's good. It's a little above below there, so I'll make a horizontal line here and a horizontal line on the bottom as well. So something like that. Those are my construction lines from my front view. Notice I didn't use any straight edges or anything. The only tool I use when I do sketches is my pencil. This is my pen in this case. So when you are sketching, the only tool you need is your pencil. No straight edges, no nothing, no rulers, no measuring devices, just a pencil. So when we do that, we're going to now say, hey, I want this guy to be here. So I want the left edge of my right view to be right here. So I'm just going to make a line, and I'll make it vertical up like that from the left edge. And I don't know how big this guy is. At least there's nothing that tells me here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just making it up in this case, but I'm going to make this guy about that wide. Okay? Now, on the figure, notice that there is no rightmost upper right corner of the right view, but I'm going to always, in the corner of the upper right corner of the front view, either where there's a construction lines that, these are construction lines, remember, where the construction lines intersect, or where the figure lines intersect, where there's the rightmost corner of the figure, I'm going to make a 45-degree line. Or in this case, since it's a sketch, the best I can estimate for a 45-degree line. And that's pretty close. Notice this guy and this guy look fairly close. It's probably a little bit short, but that's okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to project these guys back where the intersection is here. I'll go from here back to the left. Now, I'm pretty much done. Look at that. There is my top view, and here's my right view. Well, it doesn't look very good the way it is, right? So let's just do a little erasing here. And I'm not going to get rid of all the construction lines, but I'll get rid of enough so you can see that this is a real figure. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing up here. Oh, almost got to that line. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing. Just keep going around here. Now, if you are doing this, especially in my class, you would make these lines really light and really thin, but you can't really do that with an expo marker very well. So you could just leave them there, and you could tell, and all you would do instead is darken in the actual lines of the object. So that's what it will look like. Well, almost. What are these guys here? And these guys here. Those two lines there and those two lines there are really that circle, right? So what we're going to do there, we can't see them. If I'm looking down on this view, I can't see that circle, right? Because it's a hole that goes through there. But if I know that it goes all the way through, I know that this guy has to be the circle. So what I'm going to do is, this is my hole. These guys are hidden lines. So I'm going to make some dashed lines there and some dashed lines here. And that is a hidden line. This isn't a very good hidden line because they should all be equal length. Back in the old days when we actually did real drawings, we had to make sure that they're correct line widths and line length, or a line, how thick they are, how dark they are. You would even use different size pencils and stuff like that. So, but there you have it. This is this view here, and this view here, and this view here are my front view, my top view, and my right view. Notice I don't have to label them. I don't have to write right or front here. I don't have to label right here. I don't have to label top here, because I know by the orientation where they are that those are the front, the right, and the top view. If I had a left view, it would go over here. If I had a bottom view, it would go down here. And if I had a rear view, it could actually go on the upper side there, the right side here, or beyond the left view, or beyond the bottom view. So there you have it. That's a very simple way to do sketching. And it's a wonderful way to do sketching. And it's a good way to do, it's the way we used to do mechanical drawings back in the old days too. We would use straight edges though, and they would be beautiful. And things like this that are all straight lines, they end up looking pretty good anyway. So that's sketching in a nutshell. And so thanks for tuning in. Hopefully just by doing this you can make your own orthographic sketch. Oh, one last thing I forgot. Orthographic. Orthographic means that these guys are actually the same distance apart too. That's another part of them. Not only are they perpendicular to each other, which is orthographic, what orthographic usually means, that they also mean, it also means that for a drawing, or a sketch in this case, that this distance and this distance are the same. You can't always get that to happen in a SolidWorks drawing or other drawings, but that's usually what orthographic means, or that was what it meant in the old days. So, orthographic drawings. Making some construction lines, making some object lines, and making some other lines that we have here, so you can do all kinds of cool stuff to make some sketches. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Design with Miyoshi.